Hey everyone, Jamie Sierra here with MissionFulfillment.com. In this video, what I really want to talk to you guys about is the actual driving force as far as I'm concerned, and probably the most important thing that we truly live for, and truly why we're here on this earth, why we were created, and that is fulfillment, and that is joy, and that is happiness. And basically, a lot of people have different meanings of what it takes to be happy, takes to be fulfilled, and and truly have the joy and really grasp the juice in life. And for many of people, it's definitely making a lot of money, having that great, outstanding job, having enough financial freedom that you wouldn't have to work again, or having that fame, or recognition, knowing that you're loved everywhere you go, and sort of like a celebrity or a public figure, or having that outstanding relationship, or having that beautiful physical body, being totally fit and energized and vibrant. And those are things obviously very important in life and very essential to have. There's no question about that. But we have to understand as well, having, basically being rich, is great, but is it really going to fulfill you in life? And you really have to ask that question, because obviously there's a lot of people that do have that wealth, and that that are wealthy, and that don't even have to work for the rest of their lives. Many of them are absolutely miserable, and there's some people that have little money, or just enough to get by, and they live a joyful and fulfilling life. And and it's basically comes down to these different things. So why is this the situation? Why is the case? Why some people are totally loved, like Robin Williams, and totally adored, and has been able to achieve so much, completely one of the funniest men ever on the planet, and yet he finds himself in a life that he has no choice. He feels like he's stuck. He's nowhere, and eventually he takes his own life. I mean, we all see these situations every day, thinking that somebody is so happy and so joyful because they have this, because they have that. And we obviously know that that's not the case. That's not really what is fulfilling in our lives. That's not really what truly fulfills, at least on a sustainable level. Maybe going out, finding out you're going to win you won the lottery, you're going to enjoy that for, for a very short period of time. You're going to share that with your friends. You're going to share that with your family, and you're going to probably go out and buy something, buy a new home, go on that dream vacation and everything. But something like that is not completely sustainable, because basically it just doesn't last. I mean, having that new car, you look at, you love it, you drive it for about a month or two, and then obviously that wears off. That that newness wears off. That sense of joy of having that particular car wears off at a particular period of time. So that's truly not what makes us happy. So what is truly fulfillment? And obviously this is something I truly live by, because obviously I created Mission Fulfillment, is because I truly want to know what it, I truly want to live a fulfilling life, and I truly want you guys to have that sense of fulfillment too. I want you to guys have that achievement as well, master the science of achievement, but obviously have that fulfilling life. And it's obviously very different for others, but I truly do believe there are two things that if we do this, and that we live by these two principles, we will truly be fulfilled. And obviously happiness and fulfillment comes from within. But what does that truly mean? Well, these two factors, these two indicators will give you truly, if you do these things, you will truly have the biggest joy in your life. You'll get up early in the morning, psyched, ready to live your day, ready to have your, fulfilling and productive day, and you want to stay up late at night because you truly have that joy in life. And I'm going to share that with you guys right now. But the first thing of what I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about 4 other factors too, and combine these two principles, and these are called the 6 human needs. And I learned about these 6 human needs about 7 years ago when I took a coaching course from Tony Robbins. And these principles were developed and created by Tony quite some time ago. I don't know when specifically, but I learned these about 7 years ago. And I'm telling you, these needs, trying to learn these needs, trying to understand these needs, were probably one of the most important teachings that I've ever had in in any self-development, any school that I had, any period of time at work. This is a very easy skill to understand, but it's obviously a very important skill to understand, because it'll help us steer us in the direction, help us understand ourselves a little bit more, but help us understand other people and where they're coming from. So basically what Tony believes, and I actually definitely totally agree with him on that, is that we all come from different cultures. There's 7 billion people on this planet, but we all have, and we're wired differently. We all have different types of personalities, and we're all different from each other, but there's one thing we have in common, is that we all have these needs, and we might have, we have different ways of meeting these needs, but all of us have to meet these 6 human needs. And it's basically, it's the driving force within us. Everything we do is basically out of meeting these particular needs. We're always trying to meet our needs. Even when I'm shooting this video, what particular need am I meeting right now by having this video, by shooting this video at this particular time, putting it on YouTube and sharing it with all you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn and grow with me as well. So basically, let me just dive into these 6 human needs right now. And as a remember, the 2 of these needs are the 2 fulfilling factors that'll make us truly fulfilled in life. So the first need of the 6 human needs is the need for certainty. Another word for certainty could be stability, or even a sense of comfort. We all have a need to meet certainty in our lives, and certainty can come from many factors. And basically, for instance, we wake up in the morning at a certain time each and every day. We go to work by taking the exact same route. We eat the exact, we have the exact same rituals day to day, and that'll give us certainty. Certainty also comes from, basically having a stable job, having a stable income. That creates certainty for people in life. Knowing, also knowing that your particular spouse or individual is going to be there for you at this particular time, this particular place, that is a need for certainty. Having your coffee in the morning at 7 a.m. or whatever, at the same particular place, having the same ingredients, cream and sugar in your coffee, that is meeting your need for certainty as well. And having breakfast at a particular time, any particular habit or any particular ritual that you might have, that meets your need for certainty. Sometimes even family is a way to meet certainty. Staying in the house during the time it rains, that obviously meets your need for certainty. Knowing that the house is clean all the time, that can meet your need for certainty. We all have these, ways of meeting our certainty. Another one is, of course, watching TV at a particular time, being comfortable on the couch, knowing that you're going to be able to watch your favorite show. That can create certainty, but it also creates other needs, as I'll share with you guys as well. Maybe even basically, maybe even, going to see the same movie at the same time, but you'll see it meets that meets others' needs, of course, too. So basically, that's one need we have, is to meet certainty, to meet the need to have stability, to have the sameness in our lives on a particular day, on an everyday situation. You know, knowing that you have maybe certain superstitions in order to achieve these certain outcomes. You know, knowing that the need to have you know, this deadline done at the same time. Even smoking can meet your need for certainty. So basically, all these needs sort of create a sense of comfort. And also we have the need, and this is always important too, because as human beings, we have the need to avoid pain and the desire to gain pleasure. And to have that certain type of pleasure in our lives is by meeting these particular needs. And sometimes we mistaking the pleasures in our lives as happiness, and truly it is not. Gaining pleasure is an obtainable thing, but it's not sustainable on a long-term level. And obviously the need to avoid pain, we're always trying to avoid pain. You know, having that dreadful meeting with the boss, you know, or having to go to the registry of motor vehicles, or having to go to the gym you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we avoid those situations because we feel that is going to be painful, even though it'll improve the quality of our lives at that particular time. And so when we have all our needs met for certainty, and another great way of meeting the need for certainty is knowing, hey, everything is I'm okay. You know, everything has been okay in the past. I've gotten through everything that I can in the past. I know things are going to be okay today. I know things are going to be okay tomorrow. So there are ways, like I said, to meet these needs on a positive way, in a negative way, or on a neutral way. And certainly, as you can see, some of these needs that I was talking about, you could see some of them that are positive, you can see some of them negative, and you can see some of these are pretty neutral, neither positive and negative. So once you have all these needs to meet for certainty, you have a routine, you do the same thing, everything every day. What do you think happens in that particular time? Well, it's an obvious answer, of course. We get bored. And so when we get bored, we want to meet our needs to have a little variety in life. Our bodies are programmed, our minds are programmed to have variety in life. And another word, of course, is uncertainty. So we have a need for certainty, and we also have a need for uncertainty. And variety can come in many ways. You know, going out to a restaurant, having food, that meets a need for variety. Having certain types of foods that you might not have at a particular time, that meets your need for variety. It also meets your need for certainty as well. Another, you know, going back to, you know, renting the same movie or watching the same movie again, that meets your need for certainty, knowing that, hey, it's a good movie, I love this movie. But it also meets your need for variety, because there will be certain scenes that you might see that you've forgotten, or you see something that you didn't see before in a different way, or in a different particular period of light that you might appreciate even more. And so that'll meet your need for variety. And obviously variety comes in a lot of certain ways. You know, variety can be a great thing, like starting a new job, deciding to, hey, I'm going to grow in my life and I'm going to progress in this particular area. That'll meet your need for variety in a positive way. How does it meet your need in a negative way? Well, smoking is certainly one way to meet variety. Alcohol is a certain way to meet variety, because it changes your state in your body. You know, if you're stressed out, at work or another situation going on, you light up a cigarette, your state changes completely. Or you eat certain foods, and your blood starts rushing through right down your system and everything like that. So that'll kind of create a sense of variety for you. And obviously some of these are in negative ways. And of course we only we love surprises. But we only love the good surprises, of course. And, having that spontaneity, having that surprise party, whatever, that is a great way to meet variety. Um, and let me get to the third need here. And the third need is significance. And meeting significance, what does that mean? Is to make is to know that your life is meaningful, that you're unique, and that you're worthy of attention. You want that recognition or something like that. And significant can come from a variety of ways. Maybe certain styles you have. You have a pierced earring, that meets your need for significance. Maybe you're a certain religion. You're very proud Christian. You're a very proud Jewish person, and you're very proud of that. That meets your needs for significance. Another way is meeting significance through achievement. Maybe buying, having that luxury car and driving around. That meets your need for significance. It also meets your need for variety as well. Knowing that you feel important, you have that recognition, that meets your need for significance. You can get significance through contribution, donating to your favorite charity. That'll give you significance. You get significance in quite a number of ways. Another way to get significance is to feel like you're superior over another person, and that can be very dangerous. And sometimes, if you're a boss at work, they have this way of always making sure, they talk down to an employee or something. They scare an employee because it meets that boss's need for significance. If violence is another way to meet your need for significance, also meet your needs for certainty as well, because you're certain that you have leverage over a particular person. You're going to have rapport right away, because obviously that person's going to, you hold a gun to their head, that person is going to obey you no matter what. You have significance over that person. And you also meet your needs for variety, because heck, you don't know what the hell's going to happen. And that, and so violence is, always around, because, unfortunately, obviously I don't condone it whatsoever, and I know you don't condone it. But you know what? These are certain situations where people's needs are met is through violence. So that's another, and that's another way to meet it. So significance is, like I said, is a third way to meet your needs. And the fourth one to meet your needs is through connection. We all need to feel connected to one another, and we can get connection through prayer. We can get connection through, a certain type of person in our lives. Maybe it's even a colleague, even through negative, talking bad about somebody. You have this person, what you're doing, and you guys don't like it, a certain coworker. What does that do? It connects you guys together. You guys have something in common. Politics, same thing. When you find out somebody has a certain same beliefs as you politically or spiritually or religiously, that bonds you guys together, and you have that connection. You meet that need for connection. When somebody agrees with you, that's meeting a need for connection. And usually, obviously love is very important too, but usually people settle for connection because love is very scary and love is very dangerous for a lot of people, because they're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of being a target, of course. So all these needs for significance are, very essential. And these four needs of certainty, variety, significance, and connection are the four needs of the personality. They're the four needs of survival. But you know what? These needs that we meet, if we're just, constantly, we all have to meet these. But if these are the only four needs that we live by, it's not going to fulfill us in life. We're not going to have that fulfilling and meaningful life without these other two needs to be implemented into our lives. That the needs to fulfillment and the needs that are, certainly create some meaning in our lives. So here is the fifth need. The fifth need is growth. And growth is obviously one of the needs that we need to be fulfilled. We need to grow. Either we're growing or we're dying. And I go back to And I go back to, somebody who's overly content, somebody who's overly satiated in their lives. They're basically, they have everything they want materially, but what's happening? They're getting comfortable. And when that happens, they're not growing. They're not progressing in their life. And eventually they're going to get to a situation where if they get bored, they're going to die inside, because eventually and that's what leads to people to getting so depressed in their lives, is because they're not growing. They're not progressing in their lives. They're not progressing in their relationships. They're not progressing in their businesses, or any other area in their life. They're not progressing spiritually or emotionally. And these things are so vital for us to grow in every area of our lives. I mean, it gives us that joy. It gives, it doesn't have to be the reward to be, the top tier or whatever. But if you're growing, that is the most beautiful part in life. You go from 0 to 5, then 5 to 10. That's growth. No matter how slow it is, you're growing. If you go from working out from 0 times a week to 1 to 2 times a week, that's growth, and that makes you feel good. It's not going from 250 pounds to 160 pounds. You don't get happy at 160. You go from 250 to 245. That 245 is really going to fulfill you, knowing that you lost those 5 pounds, knowing that you put in the effort that you needed to do. That's what makes you grow. Continue to learn something new. That is obviously growth. To continue to progress in every area of our lives is growth, and that is absolutely what really will fulfill us. That gives us the joy inside, is knowing that we're growing. And the other thing that's the other area, obviously the sixth need that we have, the sixth human need that we have, and is to know that we're continuing to grow and our lives become meaningful. So what does that mean? Contribution and giving to others, and knowing that we're giving and we're caring for others, because our lives are not about us. Our lives are about other people. Our lives are about giving to others that we are close to in our lives, and giving to a stranger. One of the great things I've done this year is I've done a lot of volunteer work. I've done 2 volunteers work. I wouldn't say a lot, but they've been truly fulfilling for me. I was able to volunteer in a homeless shelter this year. Provide lunch to homeless people, and also was able to give to a lot of schools in the area who can't afford certain supplies anymore, and be able to to provide these kids that have the values, the notebooks, the pencils, all these particular areas, and give them a sense of pride that they have these possessions, in order to have these for the school year, knowing that their families can't afford them, and certainly the schools don't have the money or the budget to provide these items and essentials to these children. And to me, that is to be able to give back and to provide these things, and to be able even to monetarily give to certain charities, educations, that is really fulfilling. And that is fulfilling prophecy, knowing that you're caring and loving to others, and knowing that you see compassion in other people, wherever you are, and understanding, putting yourself in their shoes, and understanding, you don't know what they're going through. We're all human beings. We're all trying to figure things out here on this planet, and obviously giving back is so important. You can just give back with a smile. You can give back with a touch. You can give back with words of encouragement, words of wisdom, to let somebody know that they're loved and they're cared for, and that everything is going to be okay. And so if we live through growth, and we live through contribution, we will definitely be fulfilled each and every day, and will be filled long term. So I definitely wanted to share this, guys, with you. My next video, what I hope to do is to even break down these 6 human needs a little bit further and truly understand, what truly drives us as individual. You have an understanding of yourself a little bit more, why you do certain things at a particular certain time, and obviously try to understand other people that they're just trying to meet their needs as well. So guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's truly a total joy to shoot these videos and share my thoughts, my life with you guys. And I continue to look forward to talking to you guys again soon. So if you enjoy this video, definitely I appreciate a little like here, and if you want more videos like this, certainly hit the subscribe button. Guys, take care, and as always, God bless. Bye-bye.